Today's focus, receiving service. What is the main problem for everyone? Is it about the receiving technique or understanding the spin? It involves understanding the spin. Can you assess it accurately? I can do it now. I initially misinterpreted the spin, but now I can mostly understand it. What led to your improvement? I attempted to anticipate the opponent's movements, but against skilled players, it's not dependable. I began concentrating on the ball's path and tempo. Delay the contact after the spin weakens to enhance the spin effect. Consistent practice is crucial. Analyze various cues to judge spin. Analyze various cues: ball trajectory, arc, speed, force direction, racket contact. Enhance serve reading by integrating observations. Level up by combining observations. Having trouble reading serves? Lack of match experience could be the reason. Increase match practice to improve ball reading skills. Engage in more matches to sharpen reading skills. Next concern, mindset. Players either aim to win points aggressively or lack the skill. A passive touch on a side spin underspin serve results in a net ball. A passive touch on a side spin topspin shot causes the ball to pop up. Finding the right balance in your touch is crucial. A good touch requires a balance of firmness and looseness. How can we get better? Let's talk about adjusting touch and feel. Get close to the ball when receiving a serve. Extend properly for an effective push on a long serve. Advance with your right foot for a short serve push. Take shorter steps for longer shots. Prioritize maintaining the correct distance from the ball. Enhance consistency in receiving and minimize errors. 2 methods of applying force. First method, increase friction. To deal with side spin or underspin, employ a forceful brushing motion. Second method, maintain consistent friction. Active play is key in maintaining consistent friction, avoiding passive blocking. When facing serves with less spin, aim for the lower half of the ball. Use brushing technique to control the ball. Finish your stroke completely. Upon contact, the hand stops abruptly. Frequent in long serves. Ending the motion early leads to errors. I have a steady and smooth stroke. Should I grip tightly or loosely? Am I gripping the racket tightly? A loose grip results in a passive block. A tight grip applies excessive force. Should the receives be steady or neutral? Control the force and avoid going to extremes. Keep a steady grip pressure without sudden changes. Avoid being too loose or consistently tense. Target a consistent force of 50 to 60 and maintain a steady stroke speed. Let's try. Observe the stable return with consistent motion. Take an active approach in control. Avoid being excessively aggressive. Grip the racket firmly without excessive tightness. Maintain stability. Apply 50 to 60 power. Execute the motion smoothly. Avoid sudden movements. Is it preferable to hit the back or the side of the ball? Contact the side of the ball when pushing. Pro choppers counter heavy loops by slicing the ball. Don't chop the very back of the ball. Always strike from the side. Forehand chop on the right. Backhand chop on the left. Chopping straight back results in net contact. Don't pop the ball up, control the arc. Slightly off-center for push shots. Small side adjustment reduces spin. Many players tend to push straight into the back of the ball, particularly on the backhand side. As a result, they hit the net against backspin and pop the ball up against no spin. If you're unsure about the spin during a push, keep your racket angle neutral. Avoid extreme brushing the side of the ball. Maintain a neutral racket angle. Focus on brushing the side of the ball to avoid giving your opponent an easy high ball. Many beginner players struggle with extreme strokes. Focusing on controlled arcs is crucial. Many novice players find it challenging to control their strokes. Emphasizing controlled arcs is essential. Let's now talk about how to attack the opponent's serve with side spin, underspin. Can I counter a side spin, topspin serve with this loop? Now serve another side spin, underspin. Can I apply this stroke against a topspin serve? Alright, now serve a side spin, topspin. This is a clean side spin, topspin. Let me demonstrate by pushing one to show you the spin. Observe the identical looping motion. Let me exaggerate slightly. In a match, I wouldn't make such a big swing against a topspin. The key is, with sufficient friction, you can loop nearly any serve that isn't very fast. Why do we make mistakes? When facing topspin, hit the ball flat instead of brushing. When dealing with backspin, pushing with insufficient friction causes it to drop. Your contact is too firm, resulting in insufficient spin. It doesn't matter whether it's side spin, topspin, or side spin, backspin. If the serve isn't causing you trouble, loop it. When there is sufficient friction, misreading spin becomes less critical. Allow me to demonstrate again. Everyone can loop using the same basic technique. Why struggle with spin? Insufficient friction. Without it, a spinny ball goes into the net, a non-spinny ball flies off the table. With strong friction applied, better control over the ball, design your trajectory to pass the net and land on the table. If you struggle to read spin, focus on mastering the brushing technique by increasing friction. Reading spin is always the ideal scenario. No time for a full swing on a fast and aggressive serve. Quickly switch to a defensive block. If uncertain about a slightly slower serve, simply loop it. Enhance your receiving skills by playing more matches or mastering a strong loop technique on both sides. Even with pimpled rubbers, it's crucial to differentiate between topspin and backspin. Long pips are exceptional but can still be influenced by extreme spin. Short and medium pips are more susceptible. On the forehand side, handle side spin, underspin, half long, nose spin, and topspin with the looping technique. Avoid focusing on serves that bounce high off the table. It's crucial to read a serve with a strong kick. Handle tricky, ambiguous serves such as slight topspin, backspin, or pure side spin. The serve speed is not critical as long as it's manageable. Deep backhand serves are the most challenging for amateur players, correct? Some have topspin, some have backspin. Many amateurs move the racket too far back. Concentrate on the point of contact. Swinging too wide causes the ball to hit the net. Delayed timing leads to hitting the net due to backspin. Position the racket in front for speed while I provide the arc. Turn his speed into topspin. Faster serve makes looping easier. Provide an even faster serve. Loop every deep side spin serve. On the forehand, employ larger movements. On the backhand, maintain compact and efficient contact. Short pips, long pips, all types of rubbers. He contributes speed, I contribute spin, utilizing the serve's energy to lift the ball over the net, a core principle. A faster serve makes it easier to utilize his pace. A large backswing tightens the hand. Late contact results in the ball going into the net, a key secret. Increasing distance leads to errors. Hit flat, reduce brushing. Root cause of distance errors. Keep close for brushing. Hitting farther results in flatter shots with less brushing. Maintain a stable stance. Speed is crucial for spin exchanges. His power moves forward, mine goes upward. It's straightforward. Serving, the most intricate spin in a rally. Unlike a simple push, it's not easy to meet the ball. Serve deep side spin with underspin. Utilize his speed, redirect it forward and upward, adding spin. Avoid creating space that causes collisions with the ball. Excessive space reduces close contact needed for friction. Moving on to the second topic, side spin, top spin. It also depends on the contact point. If you let the ball jam you and then try to swing, it's too late. A defensive block should be performed on the rise. That's correct. For blocking, my contact point is here. If the ball goes back here, it will go out. Contact should be in front. When facing side spin, top spin, hit the ball at its highest point. Maintain an upright elbow and vertical racket for a stable return. Results in a flat trajectory. The horizontal racket enables the racket head to rotate. If you time it late or put heavy spin, you'll hit the ball long along that trajectory. Using a vertical paddle feels like punching a loop. The same applies to the pen hold grip. This technique is effective for any topspin serve. I frequently adopt this position for my block. With heavy spin causing my block to go long, I'll switch to a more vertical racket. For a punch block or quick counter, my racket is always angled forward and slightly downward. It's similar to pinning the ball down. It grants you control over the ball's path. Using a horizontal racket feeds into the ball's natural arc, often resulting in errors.
大家好，我是小韩老师。下面呢，我们来说一下专属课堂怎么看直播。大家别着急啊。首先呢，我们肯定是加了小韩助理账号的。